Hey everyone, I'm Jack Ferdman, and this is Rewatching Oscars Movie Minute. It's Music and Mayhem Monday, and today's film is the 1972 political comedy drama, The Candidate. One Oscar-nominated film, let's go. Now, The Candidate was directed by Michael Ritchie and stars Robert Redford, Peter Boyle, Melvin Douglas, and Dawn Porter. Now, Michael Ritchie's The Candidate is one of those films that somehow becomes more relevant every single year. What begins as a witty political satire slowly transforms into something much darker and more honest about image, ambition, media manipulation, and the uncomfortable emptiness that can sit behind political success. Now, this film follows idealistic lawyer Bill McKay, who's played by Robert Redford, and he's recruited to run for the U.S. Senate against a seemingly unbeatable incumbent. Since nobody expects him to win, he's told he can speak freely and be himself. But as the campaign gains traction, that freedom slowly disappears beneath strategy, optics, and carefully manufactured messaging. And once again, here's another reason why I love Robert Redford. He is absolutely wonderful in this film. Redford has this natural charisma that made audiences instantly just trust him, and The Candidate uses that quality perfectly. His easygoing demeanor and understated charm makes Bill McKay feel believable as someone who genuinely wants to help people. But what makes Redford's performance so brilliant is how subtly he allows us to watch the character change. Without becoming overly dramatic, McKay slowly starts sacrificing authenticity for political survival. Redford never pushes too hard emotionally, and that restraint makes the performance feel incredibly real. Jeremy Larner's screenplay is absolutely biting and cynical, yet also hilarious. That combination is just magic. The dialogue constantly lands with force because it feels authentic to the absurdity of politics itself. Lines resonate throughout the entire film. When McKay responds to becoming a nominee with, "You make that sound like a death sentence," it immediately establishes the film's cynical edge. Later, when he awkwardly spirals into slogans about a government of the people, people by people, we watch image completely overtake substance. And then there's that legendary final line, "What do we do now?" It's one of the most brilliant endings of the 1970s because it captures the terrifying emptiness behind political victory. Michael Ritchie directs the film with a loose, almost documentary-like realism that makes everything feel immediate and authentic. He throws us directly into the crowded rallies, television interviews, backroom strategy sessions, and chaotic public appearances with handheld energy and sharp observational humor. Ritchie never makes the satire feel overly broad. Instead, he allows the uncomfortable realism to slowly creep in beneath the humor, which makes the film hit even harder. The supporting performances are also excellent, especially Peter Boyle as campaign manager Marvin Lucas. Boyle perfectly represents the practical political operator who understands that winning matters more than ideals. He's funny, cynical, manipulative, and incredibly believable. Victor J. Kemper's cinematography is wonderful as well. Though honestly, I wouldn't expect anything less from this guy. Even though this was one of his earlier films of his career, you can already see the talent that would later shine in films like Dog Day Afternoon, Slapshot, and Justice for All. His camera work gives The Candidate an almost newsreel authenticity that adds enormously to the realism. Now, I've studied American politics for years, and films like this still fascinate me. Yes, there's definitely a slightly biased Hollywood shine over parts of the story, but the cautionary tale underneath remains incredibly powerful. The frightening thing is that so many of the film's observations about political falsehoods, media image, and public manipulation feel even more relevant today than they did back in 1972. This is smart, entertaining filmmaking that truly has not aged at all. I love this film, and I'm giving The Candidate an A. Now, The Candidate was nominated for just 2 Academy Awards. That was for Best Sound, and it won for Best Adapted Screenplay. Join me again tomorrow for another Oscar-nominated film, right here on Rewatching Oscars Movie Minute. Because if the Academy took notice, it's worth a rewatch.